Hi, I'm Terry and I'm nuts about stamping. I'm back today with another Sundays with Sizzix project. I'm going to create a thank you card using a brand new product. They're Thinlits dies that go with your Big Shot, and this one is called Expressions. I want to start out though by creating a card base using my gorgeous grunge stamp set. This is such a cool stamp set. This card's going to be very different from what I usually create because it's just going to be a single layer. I have Very Vanilla that's cut 8.5 by 5.5. I put it on my Simply Scored and scored it at the 4 1/4 mark, and that is going to create my card base. Then what I want to do is bring in 3 different stamps from the gorgeous grunge stamp set. I'm going to start with Midnight Muse, and I'm going to use the stamp that's got all the little speckles on it. And I'm just going to do some random stamping on the front of the card, like so. And then I'm going to take my Rich Razzleberry ink, and I'm going to ink up a second stamp from the gorgeous grunge. It's sort of like a big splotch, and I'm going to stamp that 3 times. Like so. So I'm just doing random stamping on the front of the card. And then the last color I'm going to use is Pumpkin Pie. And I'm going to use a 3rd stamp. This one has bigger splotches, so I wanted to use a lighter color. And I'm just going to stamp over top, like so. And those are the only 3 colors I'm going to use on my card. For those of you that are on Facebook, you might want to consider going over to my Facebook business page. You can search for it under the term Nuts About Stamps. Each week I offer a color challenge, and actually this week my color challenge is Pumpkin Pie, Midnight Muse, and Rich Razzleberry. And I show you different card ideas on there using those colors. You won't see these cards anywhere else. All right, so I've got my bottom of my card done, my card front. And now I'm going to bring in my Big Shot and the Expressions Thinlits. There's 3 words in this particular pack. There's thankful, merry, and love. And I'm going to use the thankful phrase. I'm going to use my magnetic platform. Unfortunately, the magnetic platform has been so popular that it's not available right now. It's on back order. So watch my blog and my Facebook business page, and as soon as it's available, I will announce it so that you can go ahead and order it. It just makes your crafting so much easier. All right, I'm going to use a strip of Midnight Muse cardstock to match the ink color that I've got on my card front. I believe this is cut 6 by 2. I will measure it after the video's over, and I will post it on my blog. I'm going to put the thankful Thinlit face down, and then what I'm going to do is I've got a piece of wax paper that is cut about the same size as my cardstock. I just did some random cutting with some scissors. That will help prevent the Thinlit from sticking inside. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Top standard cutting pad, and then I'm just going to run it through my Big Shot. Now, the only other tool that you'll want to have is your paper piercing tool. These Thinlits were designed to use with your paper piercing tool. You're going to poke out the pieces on the back of the Thinlit that you can see through. There we go. And then the Thinlit also has several little holes, and if you just poke your paper piercing tool through that, it'll help the phrase lift off the Thinlit for easier removal. There's several little ones. And one more. There we go. And then you can see on the front it started to lift off. And by using the wax paper, it prevents these are very thin letters, so it prevents them from sticking to the Thinlit. And then what you'll want to do is, I guess on my last one I did, the wax paper was still stuck to the word, but it's not on this one. All right, so I'm going to bring in my card, and I am going to use my two-way glue pen and my silicone pad. I love this pad for any kind of intricate gluing because I can just lay this on top and I can generously apply my two-way glue pen without worrying about the surface underneath. And when the two-way glue dries on the silicone pad, I can just rub it off and it's ready for my next application. So I can be very generous with my two-way glue without worrying about the paper underneath. Whoops. There it is. All right, and then I want to turn my phrase over, stick it to the front of my card, and then I would normally set it aside to dry for a little bit. And then it's ready to send to a friend or a customer. For a complete listing of the supplies that I used to make this card, please hop on over to my blog, www.nutsaboutsstamping.com. While there, you can place an order for the products I used to make this card. You can check out lots of other sample ideas. Make sure you subscribe to my customer newsletter. I have a newsletter coming out this coming week. Or you can ask me a question or check out all my virtual and local clubs and classes. I'm Terry. I am Nuts About Stamping. See you next time. Bye for now.